episode 4 of the Turngrave Affair, session 4. So last we left our heroes, they had survived an attack on the town of Weskerville, a farming community. They had been knocked out, almost slain, by a hideous figure with one oversized limb, who we do have the picture of in the album of adversaries. This pretty lady. And they awoke several days, they're not quite sure, from Weskerville, carried upon a cart of the dead. This cart was left off at a way station, where they managed to awake, fight off the people that had taken it over, and claim for themselves a small haul of treasures. Additionally, they have leveled up. So, at the beginning of this adventure, they all started as level 0. And through the trials they have faced, they have emerged, every single one of them, to level 1, despite a few scary instances where we thought people weren't going to make it.
You got close at some points.
We certainly
It was me.
did.
I was not going to make it.
So, I am joined, as always, by my players. I'm going to have them introduce their characters and then tell us however much they want about their level up. So we're going to start with Decaf. Decaf plays Silas Sunshower. And who is Silas, Decaf?
Yeah, Silas is a wetlander lizard folk, a young man to a family of way too many lizards, who has found himself awakening to the whispers of the earth itself as he focuses into a druid, trying to keep his allies alive.
Oh, very cool. All right, so you have delved into primal magic in an attempt to protect this land and your companions. On the
That
topic
is correct.
of too many lizards, do you know what a group of lizards is called?
Off the top of my head, no.
A group of lizards is called a lounge.
I love it.
Okay. Next, we have Shy. Shy, you have been playing Oliver. He has managed to, like his companions, make it to first level. Tell us a little bit about Oliver here.
Yeah. It's not quite in to lizards, but to probably a family of way too many bunnies. Uh, he has found himself staying nimble and using his lucky rabbit's foot, you might say, to continue to move forward as he goes into monk.
Very nice. Starting with all those expert saving throws, highest AC in the game, you are
With a shield.
ready to rock.
Oh yeah.
Then we have Zach. Zach has been playing another bunny person, but not the same type as Oliver. Whereas Oliver is a Lapluna, they're a small diminutive race. Harriman is a full person-sized bunny man. And Zach, you have chosen to forego a class feature for story reasons. And so, for the time being, we might work out some other stuff, but for the time being, you're going to start with an extra hero point.
Alrighty, cool.
But, with that out of the way, what can you tell us? How much do you want to tell us about Harriman's level up?
Alright. Well, Mr. Harry Harriman, he is a mammalian beast folk, obviously a bunny rabbit, and he's definitely someone who is, at a point in his life, a little too old to be an adventurer, but that's what happened to him anyway. But he is, like a popular franchise, a little more than meets the eye. And thanks to various traumatic events in his life, things about him have changed. And so he has changed a little more, but he's not sure entirely how much yet.
Very cool. And for the time being, neither is anybody else. So feel free to add that hero point to yourself. As we move on to our last player, Thread. Thread, you have been playing Aurora. And
Yes.
against all odds, despite being the newest player to this system and everything, you have made it to level 1. So congratulations. Welcome.
It was looking hairy.
What's level 1 looking like for Aurora Boral?
So Aurora Boral, she has always wanted to do something that had to do with fighting, protection, maybe even liberation, if you will. She's still on her path of going the least traditional, in that instead of joining her parents on the farm and staying on the farm forever, she is somewhat feared or scared of this new journey she's on, but still excited to be a fighter. So she became a champion, I should say, not fighter, a champion, in order to embody not only her spirit of warrior power and using that for the sake of liberation, but also it just lines up with how she wants to move in the world. So she has leveled up to a champion. She will continue to use that hammer of justice, if you will.
Yep.
And she's ready to go.
Yeah. You guys are now freshly armed. You guys have armor. You have weapons. Those of you that need it, and those of you that didn't need it, you probably picked up some healing potions. And so we return to the world of Betray, to Airmore, inside a small, almost cozy, if it were not for the dead bodies, tavern, where the heroes are currently outfitting themselves. Scattered throughout the tavern, their blood pooling and maybe dripping through the floorboards, are 3 corpses. There was a human thug over here, a goblin over here, and then a person, a creature, humanoid none of you recognized. Their skin was thick, almost hide-like, and they had a misshapen head that resembled a pumpkin. And so, what are you all doing? You've got this stuff. What's happening? I'm turning it over to you guys.
Harryman, as he's sort of rummaging through stuff nervously, he's kind of darting around, maybe a little paranoid, very nervous, just trying to make sure no one else is sneaking up on the group.
So watching out the window. Okay. So you peer out, and it is only the constant fall of rain that you see. Nothing else is approaching this station or coming towards you guys.
Aurora is definitely donned her new finds. She did fill her water skin with water, I think, because there was like a bar area. And she's looking for the signal when we're ready to depart.
I think outside of just getting ready, Oliver has probably been doing similar, just trying to keep an eye, keep an ear even, just kind of listening and making sure that they keep in a safe position, knowing what they've recently gone through.
Certainly.
But I think otherwise our goal was to make our way out otherwise. And just continue forward.
All right.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
How long does it take to don armor?
It varies. I think it does depend on the armor.
For someone like with breastplate, essentially I had 9 minutes on my elixir. Should I just remove that?
It takes 5 minutes to don medium or heavy armor. However, as you guys prepare yourselves to leave, while you did recall your location, you identified this place as, I believe, the Silver Pony Way Station. You might not entirely know, like, which way back. And so I would like a check. I can accept, these are going to be public checks, feel free to roll them out in the open. And I would like society or survival, but Airmore lore, if anybody has that skill, is also appropriate.
If this is a way station, could I possibly use mercantile lore?
For this particular role, no.
Okay.
Clever, though.
Or
Would it be particularly easier to try for Airmore versus survival?
It may be.
Hmm.
I'll
Don't
attempt a society.
have the
Ooh, wow. Very. Is anybody else rolling?
Yes. I was just wondering if I had, because I'm a Badland orc. I know I have orc lore, but I guess that's not pertaining to
That
the
would not
local
be
space.
relevant in this situation.
Okay. I will be. You said society or.
Society or survival?
I'll be rolling survival.
Okay.
Roll.
All right. And is anybody else rolling?
Silas will also join in, rolling survival.
Okay.
And similarly, I will
Ooh.
follow with Airmore, actually.
Okay.
I know nothing.
Silas, this is like his second or third time off the farm. All right. So with those rolls, Silas, you aren't sure. You think this way station might be like in the east. However, both Harry and Oliver recall that this is more, or sorry, you think this place would be in the west. This place is along the eastern side of Airmore, and actually to the north a little bit, there is an apothecary named Tarl's Potions and Poultices. The eponymous Tarl is a goblin who lives and works out of the shop. Harry, you in particular recall that Tarl lives out of the way as much as he does, both for resource reasons. He seems to be able to grow his herbs better in his current position, and also so that his alchemical experiments don't kick up a fuss.
No, being able to recall a little bit more about him better than the others.
Mhm.
Can I recall if he's a good person or just like a more neutral?
I mean, with
or
your check,
overt at that?
I can tell you that you've never really had any issues with him. You've probably not shopped there a bunch. Maybe you've gone there for a few like aches and pain remedies that they couldn't concoct back up in Weskerville. But he's a brusque but otherwise fair person, a fair dealer. You would know from your
All right.
mercantile lore.
Well, I will bring it up then.
you- Yes.
That there is someone only a few miles away that we may be able to meet with. He shouldn't cause us any trouble, and he may be able to help us if he is home.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and you think it should be not even like half a day's travel, probably about 2 hours from here.
And
Sounds like a
as
better
someone-
lead than anything else we have.
Yes.
Yes.
And I will say,
And as-
with that check, you guys know that you are about 4 days away, 4 days of at least by foot travel, from Weskerville.
Yeah,
Been unconscious
that's
for
a
a
good-
minute.
that is a good walk back. But unless they had, well, they didn't have any kind of horses or anything in the barn, so it
No,
looks like
yeah.
we're gonna be hoofing it on our own.
For the time being, yeah.
But if
Yes,
everyone's
and-
ready, I guess we should probably get out of here before any of their friends come back.
All right.
that sounds.
So yeah, feel
Agreed.
free to move yourselves around, and once you guys are out the front gate, we will move into a sort of wider exploration mode. There are other
Gain
places
slip
here that you haven't investigated. If you would like to do so, you may. But that's up to you guys.
The game is still paused for us.
Ah, there we go.
All right. Heading
Let us
out.
ensue chaos.
You might have to open the door.
Yep. Harriman will open the door and be the first to go out to make sure it's clear.
New. It is not clear. It is a rainy day.
Well,
But there are
Being that he
no
doesn't see-
threats.
yeah. Not seeing
No.
anyone else trying to stab us, he'll
Oh.
just start slowly making his way out.
All right, you guys step over the misshapen man, the corpse that lies in front of the door, and emerge into the rain. It is not a hard rain, it's not pelting, but it is constant. And so outside, you see a building, two buildings to the north. There is a smaller sort of shed over here, as well as a larger two-story building over here. Though the two-story building has the door seems to be on the top of it. That goes up the stairs to the door.
So it's like a two-story, but like the main floor, and then there's almost like a basement, quote unquote.
Yes.
Interesting.
But then you do also see to your right here are the gates, the way out.
Harriman's gonna, start making his way to the double doors. Yeah, he's assuming that's the way out of here.
Yep, yep.
And unless anyone else really wants to try to go into another building, he's just gonna keep creeping.
No. I am following you.
I was going to say, I don't think we'd have a reason to try and go into another building as of right now.
Well, I mean,
Oh?
so we know that this is kind of like a way station where they brought like bodies, but we don't know like operations, right? Like, we don't have any like found paperwork that dictates like what's going on here. We don't know about any other survivors. I can definitely say like Silas is probably rolling absolute garbage on his skill checks because he's heavily distracted by the fact that he doesn't have his best friend with him. Like, he doesn't know where Bryn is. He doesn't know if she's alive.
Yeah.
That's a very solid point that I forgot about.
Yeah, it's
I have two people that I don't know where they are.
Aurora's brother. She doesn't know where he is.
Yeah,
Are y'all gonna?
which is part of get out and find, but you're right. There is chance for investigation, so it's
Even if
I'm
they're
just
not here,
following.
we can maybe see what's going on.
Hammond's gonna, before I open the door, he does make sure that you guys are still following him. Are y'all gonna bring up that you want to maybe check for other survivors while we're here? Because right now, he's kind of thinking that everyone on the cart was kind of it.
Right. I think Silas would step up to here just to get within a better earshot without having to get too loud, and he would probably mention his concerns at this point. He probably fully acknowledges that, like, yeah, I think we're the only ones that are alive here. But he would like to maybe find more information if possible, so that we know what sort of threat is kind of out there and what maybe handled us like we were nothing.
Learn more about what we're dealing with.
Ooh, this is tough. My brain was like, let's head to this apothecary because I need healing still.
So two things to that. Part of my purchases, and I think he would gladly state this out, Oliver does have a minor healing potion just on him, so that we can use that. But I do also have healer's tools, which will allow me to spend 10 minutes to try and just kind of patch you up. This doesn't necessarily have a limit outside of I can only do it to one person once an hour.
You might also feel, as these sort of divine powers fill you as you first tap in to this force, if you touch at one of your wounds, if you sort of like press a hand to it, you find it suddenly heal as your body instinctively goes and casts Lay on Hands.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Yes.
Actually, that does make me curious. How is everyone feeling?
My hit points are currently at maximum. I don't know if that's correct.
On a scale of 1 to 17, Silas is at a 12.
Now, Aurora will need to refocus, and if you guys wanted, you could take that 10 minutes and Oliver could treat Silas's wounds.
Yeah, I think Oliver will mention, he's like, I kind of am in Silas's boat here. I think it might be beneficial for us to look here. Because I can at least try. Let's make our way back to the one building we have confirmed clear. Let's patch up. As she looks both to Aurora and Silas. Or he looks, sorry.
Yep,
They, them.
that sounds good.
Okay.
I feel a little scared. But yes, if that gives me 10 minutes to regain my focus point, that works too.
Harriman, very nervously and begrudgingly will follow them back to the room we cleared out.
Okay.
But as he does so, he's going to sniff the air, and he will be casting Detect Magic to see if there's anything else lingering in the area.
Perhaps instinctively, he reaches out with magic, and you don't smell that stinging scent wafting upon the air. Appears there's no magic, at least not within 60 feet of you. Just seeing everybody slowly move.
Oh, does this place have an upstairs too?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a couple rooms. Because this way station people do sometimes spend the night here.
As everyone's inside, just noticing that there is an upstairs. I guess while they're healing, Harryman will. He doesn't. He kind of thinks there might be some other people up there, but he's gonna try to sneak up to make sure there's not.
Certainly. What is your stealth bonus?
The stealth bonus is +5.
+5. Okay.
We can also roll these secretly to you as a reminder.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you would like to do that, you can, because I know some people had issues with my rolls earlier today.
Well,
So private
Well,
GM
attacked.
roll?
Yes. That should roll it to me. Okay. You move silently up the stairs, and you come into a hallway with a series of rooms. And actually, let me scroll out here a little bit. Yeah, so actually it's not even a couple rooms. It is a sort of open area. That just has beds. However, much of these beds are in disarray. Some, their sheets have been bloodied, as though the sleepers in there were killed. They've been like torn asunder. You see like bloody feathers scattering across them and the floor. And other beds that don't appear bloodied look like they have been slept in recently.
But basically, this room is a mess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if it's clear, he'll just start going back downstairs.
Okay.
I think Oliver would just give like a quiet thumbs up as a questioning, like, everything good.
Harriman nods.
Before going back to specifically going to medicine Silas.
Were there papers or anything in here? I doubt it because they were just drinking and chilling. But were there papers?
If you investigate the bodies further, they don't really have much. They don't. Actually, let me open them up here again, and I can tell you anything specific they might have. Obviously, this weird-looking fellow had a pitchfork. He's wearing leather armor. And the other two are both carrying sickles. But they aren't even wearing armor, and there's nothing really of note. You do find a sort of like armband wrapped around under this guy's tunic, wrapped around his bicep, and this armband features a giant cleaver, sort of as like a symbol, a big meat cleaver.
I want the armband.
Okay.
Go wear it like a headband.
Maybe. You never know. Or she puts it in her backpack, just in case.
Sure.
Just for now.
All right, let's
They
get
all
that.
have similar armbands?
If you look around, you can find it on this guy, but not on the goblin.
I wonder if there's a reason for that.
And you said it had a symbol on it?
Yes, it is just, it's a very simple, very sort of just crude, and it's just a meat cleaver.
Harriman would like to do some kind of knowledge check to see if he can identify if it is related to anything.
Yeah, you can give me a society check if you'd like.
While he's doing that, I'll go ahead and roll my medicine.
Yes, please do.
I'll be going against a DC 15 to treat wounds on Silas.
All right. Harriman, you're sort of like turning this over, running your thumb across it. You're not familiar with anything the symbol might mean.
Alrighty.
And that is a successful treat wounds.
If I have a guess as a player to what that could do, that was not English. But the bands
Mhm.
and the symbol.
Sure. Yeah, if you'd like to toss an idea out there. 9 points of healing to
What
Silas.
it's my thought process is, could it be a way to help identify allies of whatever their big cause is if it's a whole mass operation? Because it doesn't exactly seem small, just from
Like
the
a
fact that
guild?
we're. Say again.
Like a guild?
Not necessarily a guild in my head, but like day one we were attacked by undead, right? What if, in order to ensure they don't attack everyone who's helping them in their whatever it is they're doing, they give some of the living bands like this?
I mean, it's possible. That's why it's in my backpack in case I gotta do some deception rolls. I also wanted to know if I needed to roll anything to regain that focus point.
Nope, if you just spend sort of 10 minutes offering up prayers to your deity, to the warrior, it just comes back to you.
That is what she's doing after she had grabbed that armband and sat
Okay.
down.
So you guys have healed your wounds, you've recovered some items. Are you ready to head out?
Harriman
think
is ready.
so.
Are we going to the next building? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, are you guys investigating here further, or do you want to just push towards Tarls?
Well, there's only 3 bodies, so if we're assuming armbands for identification purposes, we would want to look around in case they maybe have some disposable armbands, as well as information on like other locations, other places that they maybe bring their deceased, or again, any information on like what their operation is in total, in the hopes that maybe we can start identifying locations where other survivors could possibly be.
Sure. Okay, so you guys want to investigate the other places. So if you guys would like to just open the door, move yourselves to wherever you'd like to investigate. Unless you want to specifically be stealthy or something about it. Just let me know how you guys want to move.
Movement. Hilarious. Oh.
The last door Harriman opened up got us in trouble, so he's gonna let, kind of, I guess, let someone else pick a door.
Okay. So yeah, there's one at the top of these stairs, and there's one over here. And then there's 3 right along in a row right here.
Oh, I see that actually. They look almost like they'd be smaller rooms. Oliver is intrigued in these ones over here.
Okay. Yeah, if you'd like to move yourself over there. And
People are willing to follow.
do you approach a foul smell manages to pierce through the rain, causing your nose to wrinkle, maybe your eyes tear up a little bit.
Thinking like bathroom like not pleasant smell, blood. What are we talking?
Definitely a more earthy scent, not like metallic, not blood or carnage.
Love the choice of earthy.
And do you open a door?
If none of the other two either stop me either. 'Cause it looks like Silas followed,
Okay.
so.
Yeah. Go ahead
I'm here to.
go ahead and open that door.
I will raise my shield first. And then I will open
Okay.
it.
And you open the door to a lavatory.
Ah! I've been attacked.
No, this is a simple outhouse. And you can just see flies buzzing in the dark pit.
Yeah, he just immediately. Nope.
And you open the
Guess
remaining
we'll-
2 doors. They are both 2 more outhouses.
Cool.
So, as you guys search the rest of this place, I will just let you know. You find that this entire way station, the remaining places, have been ransacked. Beds have been turned over, chests have been emptied, and while there is copious blood to be found, there are no goods, no more valuables, and you can't even find further armbands.
Why was this a stopping point if there's basically nothing here then?
They need a place to put their bodies and that big person
Well.
to have a snack.
I do want to remind you guys, they told her that she was supposed to leave the bodies with them. And you later heard that it sounded like this might have been their attempt to trick her. I know it's been a little while, I just want to remind you guys of that. And so, like,
Oh, yeah,
why?
I wonder why.
Why, yeah, they did that is still very much a mystery. But they did have a large pile of ill-gotten goods inside there that you guys have now ransacked for your own.
So
True.
they either were fucking with her or they were just really wanting to loot the dead bodies.
That might be more the accurate.
Like small-time criminals just making a quick buck.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
I also trust Harryman's instincts because I've noticed so far that he's been on point. So that's why I keep following closely in case I need to protect or we need to move.
All right.
Yeah, so we found nothing in the other two buildings to confirm, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, they are empty. Empty of anything worthwhile. You find broken chairs, shattered tables, overturned dressers. But even searching through those, turning them, writing them, nothing that you can really make use of. And so you
Everybody.
stand before the gate, and as long as you guys are ready, you will begin to travel.
Yep.
And
Harriman will begin to weakly push open the gate.
And
Oliver will happily assist.
yeah, so you guys set out on the road, and you head north. You can follow the road passes by Tarl's shop. You guys are all aware of this, and so you don't have to worry about moving yourselves further. This is sort of we're moving into Theater of the Mind, and so you guys are traveling through this dismal rain. The road, the Sturt Road, has turned into a mud and slurry that you travel through. As you do, are any of you taking any particular exploration activities?
I forget what the choices are.
There are options such as scouting. You may avoid notice. You may defend, which has you constantly have a shield raised. You could be constantly detecting for magic.
I think being more on the cautious and nervous side, I think Harriman will attempt the scout.
Okay.
Try to keep an eye out.
So if an encounter happens, you will all get a +1 on your bonus, on your initiative rolls.
Oh, +1 to what type?
Scouting is a circumstance bonus.
Gotcha. I think Oliver would gladly be up front, which is going to be amusing because he's the small one. But he'll do defend and be up front to try and be ready for people coming up.
Okay, so
Oh,
Oliver takes the lead, and Aurora, I assume you might fall in place behind him.
yeah, with her hammer already
Okay,
in hand.
so hammer and spear drawn, or just the hammer?
Just the hammer right now. Spear's behind her.
Okay.
Just-
And are you doing any particular exploration activity?
Oh, like
You don't have to be.
explore.
You could just be.
I was on the defense side.
Okay, so you have your shield drawn instead.
Oh, I don't have a shield. So
Ah,
then, is
okay.
it more?
So then
Would
you
you like
might
my
just
shield?
you might just be searching, unless you want to take Harry's shield.
No.
I actually do,
I can be on.
if you want. I actually just straight up have an extra buckler at this point.
An extra buckler, like an extra shield.
It's like a tiny shield.
Yep, you strap it to your forearm, and it doesn't take up a hand.
Okay. Is it? Because I know I have my gauntlet on too. Is it in the way of that?
Yep, you could strap it on over it.
Okay, then that's fine. Understood.
Alright, so go ahead and add a buckler to yours. You'll be defending. Finally, Silas, is there anything you're trying to do?
Deliberately staying behind the other three, Silas is kind of beelining around where everyone is walking and using his tail to cover our tracks.
Ooh. Oh, that's fun. I like that. Okay, so use survival to obscure your passing. Very cool. Alright, so you guys move northward, and the travel is slowed slightly by the rain. But after approximately 2 hours, you arrive at a quaint, it's actually a decently sized operation. You see there is a large central building flanked by 2 smaller ones. The central building appears to be the shop itself and is outfitted with shutters that are currently drawn. There is a fence on either side, and while this appears to be just a small, almost shack, this appears to be a proper, like, house.
So as we approach, does it look like his business is open? Like currently work hours?
It does not appear to be. Like I said, the shutters, which you can see here and here, are drawn, and there is a single door here that is closed.
Which one was which again, if you don't mind? I didn't load in until a little after your description.
This is a shutter, and this is a shutter.
For the house, like the house versus shack,
Oh,
stuff like that. Sorry.
Shack to the left, house to the right. And it appears
okay.
to be the shop in the middle.
Gotcha.
If it looks closed, I think Harriman might
Turn around and leave.
just subconsciously go towards his house
Okay.
to see if he's here.
I see no reason
uh,
to follow his lead personally.
You approach the house, and do you, like, knock at the door?
Yeah, I give it a tap with my cane.
Yeah. You tap on it, rap against the door. There's no response. You wait a few seconds. You maybe tap again.
Carl,
Nothing.
You home?
There's no answer.
I'll come back. If anyone hasn't knocked on the store door, I guess I'll check to see if it opens, like if it's unlocked.
So yeah, go. Feel free to step up there. And if you click on the door, it opens. Inside, you see what was once a well-stocked apothecary, with shelves and tables of vials and various herbs that has since been tossed into chaos. There are smashed vials across the ground, toppled tables, and shelves with their contents reduced to puddles and shards of glass. It looks
Harriman
like,
starts getting nervous again.
yeah, it looks like this place was ransacked. However, notably, unlike the way station, you don't see a lot of blood in here. It doesn't look like there was a lot of violence.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Is there a role for investigation piece?
If you want to just search the place, you can always do that.
Okay. Can Aurora smell anything or what can I trigger here? Yeah, is there like a pattern based off of what's been broken? See, it feels very minute.
Well, give me a perception check, and I'll let you know what
Okay.
you find looking through that.
Sounds good. Let me give you that.
All right. So you're sort of slowly picking through everything. You have to be a little careful because, as I mentioned, there is this broken glass scattered across the ground. And while you don't turn up any particular clues or anything, you do find 3 different vials that have survived whatever happened here.
Am I able to? Is there something I could do to identify or? Because my instinct.
Yeah, somebody with a crafting check, and it looks like things were labeled sort of like by where they were placed on the table. So it's not like these individual bottles are labeled.
Got it. Is there a way for Aurora to gently grab them and have them in her backpack? Because her intent is to. She knows Harry has some power in crafting, and he may be able to identify faster than she can.
Certainly.
Okay, so that's what I'll do.
Okay, so you scoop up these vials, and Harriman, you have stepped towards the back here. There is a door, obviously right in front of you. There is also a door here, sort of like in the middle of the building. But
Yeah. Harriman's kind of looking, hoping to find Carl, or at least someone else who maybe knows what goes on. So he's coming back to this door. He's going to give it a listen.
You can hear the sound of rain. It seems like this door leads back outside.
Then he will slowly start going to this door.
If you
and
listen
he
at
will
this
give it a
one,
listen.
yeah,
Yes.
listen at this one, you do not hear the sound of rain, and you Give me a secret perception check.
Could I try and do similarly with him? I
Yeah.
would like to try and listen at the door as well.
Of course. Yep, the two rabbits press their ear to the door, listening in tandem. So give me that secret
Private
perception.
GM.
Yep.
This will actually have a +2 because I'm trying to listen.
Ah, okay. I will keep that in mind. Alright. Yeah, and I think it actually counted it. You press your ear to the door, and after a moment of just silence, you and Harriman look to each other and both sort of shrug. There is nothing either of you can hear in the room beyond.
Then, I will start to go and open the door. And if no one
And-
stops me, I'll just open it.
Oliver will pull up a shield.
I still have my
Inside.
buckler.
You find what appears to be, did you shut the door behind you?
Oh, damn.
Apparently.
My bad.
Harriman's like, only me! He rushes into the room.
Oh my!
This is my shop now. No, you step in, and you find yourself in what appears to be his lab. This place is as equally ransacked as everywhere else. But notably, as you're looking around here, whereas everything else appears to just have been like hastily grabbed or like thrown down in a display of violent force, it looks like things from here were taken. People keep shutting the door on Silas.
So specifically looted.
Yes.
It's okay, Silas. You can come in. We're done shutting the door in your face.
I found it easier to just use the arrow key to get through there for myself.
As you guys all move around, I would like a secret perception check from all of you.
That
Do I
sounds
get to do
good.
hearing?
No, this is not a hearing-based one.
Alright, blind GM roll.
Okay. Excellent. Silas, maybe it's because you're the last in the room as everybody else is picking things over, but you notice, underneath one of the toppled tables, is what appears to be a, how do you want to call it? A trap door.
Guys.
Hmm?
Is that
Yeah, it's right under this table.
Oh.
Silas will move over here to kind of indicate.
And before we proceed, I let the group know I did pick up 3 bottles. I don't know what's in them. It might be best to identify them before they break.
I'll take a look at them, dearie.
Awesome.
Alright, so Zach, go ahead. You're looking these over. Go ahead and give me a crafting check.
One for all 3,
Yeah, one for all, please.
and all for 1.
You are unsure of what these might be.
I think I might spend a hero point on
One
this
of your hero points? Go for it.
Oof. It got even worse.
Can I give one of my hero points?
He,
Like my-
unfortunately, you
This
can
is
only spend
unfortunate.
one hero point per roll.
Got it. Okay.
So it would not make any changes.
Fortune effect.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I can't tell you what these are.
Passes them back
Should
to
they
you.
stay? Should they stay?
Leave
or
it to
should
Carl
they
to
go?
not label stuff.
Carl.
I have a little bit of alchemical training from my job. I could look those over as well. It's probably nothing
That
crazy good, but
that would be amazing.
All right,
Just
you
in
wanna
case there's a
you wanna give me that roll?
yeah, so I have alchemy lore as well as crafting lore. I don't know if one would potentially apply more.
These are both alchemical items, so if you would rather roll alchemy lore, the DC might be a little bit lower.
Okay, yeah, for funsies.
Yeah.
I like using lore skills. Is this public as well?
Should actually probably have been a secret.
Okay, I can change that over. Blind
Yeah.
GM, here you go.
You're not sure either.
Okay.
You guys will have
Unfortunately,
to
I'm
take
still
some
an apprentice
time.
to this.
Yeah. Maybe he's got notes down below on what the different vials are. Maybe he got some sort of sorting system. But as it is, you're not sure.
Okay. Aurora gently has them like separately wrapped in her old leather armor and places them back in the backpack for now.
From what
Okay.
I remember of dealing with Carl, do I know if he makes more of the like adventuring type of alchemical stuff, like explosives?
You don't know him for making a lot of bombs. He tends to make a lot of elixirs, a lot of stuff that people like drink.
Okay. So I'll then, kind of assure Aurora that they shouldn't be explosives.
Well, that's good news.
Usually the vials aren't like super fragile.
Mhm. Yeah, they're decently thick glass. But what do you guys want to do
They're-
here?
Does the
Yeah.
Well,
trapdoor seem bolted or locked in some way?
It does not. Merely closed.
Harriman's gonna do the whole listen game thing again. Unless someone else just flings it open.
You crouch
Oliver was just
down,
thinking of a light knock.
pressing your ear to it, and nothing perks your ears. You don't hear anything in particular.
Still quiet.
Eerily so. Only the rain outside.
Do
Harriman
go
will
down?
go to knock with the cane.
You
If no one stops him, he'll just give it a tap.
two loud thumps against it. No response.
If this
Do you
is
want
where
to-
all the zombies are still, I'm going to be nervous.
If it's where all
What
the
do you guys-
zombies are stored, we close the hatch and walk away.
But until then, what are you guys thinking? Do you want to open the door? You want to investigate this place? Or what's the plan
Yeah.
here?
If I'm not getting a response, I'll just go to open it.
I was going to say,
All right.
Oliver will gladly be right there.
You open it into a dark little basement that a ladder leads down into.
Okay.
Well, anyone have light?
I have alcohol and a little splint, like the thing that can start a fire. Would that
I have
do?
torches, I just realized.
Yeah, but you don't really want to set torches off inside a building.
No, not really.
That's a fire hazard.
If anyone has like a light spell, maybe?
Negative.
Not on me, unfortunately.
could
I'll
light
look
the
around
torch.
and see. Are you just gonna use a torch?
We could light it here. I don't know.
I'll look. Is there like any candles around?
No.
Well, I guess.
Well,
Harriman
I just
will-
won't let me letting go of the torch, will I?
So Aurora uses her flint to light Oliver's torch, so they can see. I have dark vision, but I think I'm the only one. So,
Oh yeah, that whole thing.
and we can,
That sounds right.
Harriman will
So we're going down?
start heading down.
Oliver will be right behind. Not right in front if you let him, but
Okay. And you all descend to Tarl's basement. I figure out. There we go. And
Parles
give me-
2.
Yep.
Do not own any token with vision in this scene.
I'm setting you guys up. So you find yourselves in what appears to be a sort of storeroom. This is a little bit damper environment down here. He's got some mushrooms and stuff set up, growing. But other than that, he has crates and a few more potted plants. Seem to prefer this dimmer environment.
Squares. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the squares.
They're just off center.
Weird. They should not be.
They look like they're slightly too almost smushed.
Yeah. Well, let's just roll with it.
They're still like very light, dark lines you can kind of see in the background, so you can still work with it.
yeah. And I'm not skilled in crafting, alchemy, or medicine, but my brain is going to, is there anything we can identify to hold on to that could be of use?
Nothing stands out. Not without, like... I mean, do any of you have alchemical crafting?
No.
I could roll.
It's,
I
it's
have
a skill
forager.
feat. It's a skill feat. If nobody has it, nothing here is, like... You're not able to identify what's useful, what's just, like, a plant. Maybe it's poisonous until, like, it's mixed with other chemicals. You guys have no idea.
It doesn't look
Makes-
equally. Oh. It doesn't look equally ransacked down here, does it?
No. Things down here look a little bit cleaner.
Okay. Is that stairs to the top right of me?
No. It is a
Is that
crate.
just great?
Yeah,
Okay. Just the way they were aligned made it kind of look like they could be
Yep.
stairs.
understandable. There is a door in front of you, however.
Take one from Harry's book and I'm going to listen.
Okay. Give me a secret perception check. No sounds jump out at you. But, as you're by the door, as you're taking your time, a coppery, metallic scent fills your nose. One that in the past few days has become familiar
Uh-oh.
as the smell of blood. Dried gore.
Everything
Oliver
all right,
will just
Oliver?
quickly step over to Harry, just because you're like the closest one to the door, and just kind of whisper it to you like he smells blood.
He'll nod. He'll kind of give a motion with his hands to the other. There's no kind of shield up, and he'll put his shield up as well.
Right, so you're all going to
Oliver.
use the defend exploration activity for at least a second here.
Yes. Put up that small shield I have, but I would like to do that too.
And then I'll have mine up and open the door.
Okay, go for it.
Oh my god.
Inside, you find a long room covered with gore. There are jars stuffed with it, and upon a table, you see the manacled foot of an orc. At least from
We
your
know
current
what,
position.
We know what Tarl was?
A
He was a
goblin.
goblin.
Yes.
Okay.
There is,
I'll-
well, not represented in this picture, there is an orc, clearly dead, strapped to this table.
Oh no.
Oliver will
Is it-
slowly step into that room.
Would Aurora know this orc from appearance?
No.
It's not
Okay.
help. Oh, got it. Got to move diagonal through the door if you're going to come through the door. I wouldn't move too far in.
Woo!
Whoops.
Yeah. Ooh, is a
In addition to the smell of blood, as you all step into the room, you are also almost overwhelmed by this strange smell. It's very pungent, very powerful. And to some of you, it probably smells similar to like a cleaning agent. Harryman might even recognize it as one of the older members of the party. It smells faintly of like embalming fluid down here.
what the?
Do I? I know this is very extreme, but do I know if Tarl was a crematorium as well?
No, as far as you're aware, nothing of that sort whatsoever.
Okay.
He's
kind of rethinking, rethinking Tarl.
Along the tables here, in addition to various implements, including syringes filled with colorful liquids, there are jars, glass jars, large glass jars, containing preserved floating body parts.
Ugh.
You feel unnerved as a pair of eyes stare at you. And you notice back in this corner, there is a broken jar, this large sort of jar, that is partially broken, still has like a small pool of this off-green fluid in it, but it has been festooned with intestines, like wrapped around it.
Ew.
Man,
Uh,
you think you know a guy?
Oliver,
Unless that.
as you step
Yeah.
up, you notice that there is a horrible, like, gut wound in the body of this man, of this orc.
Using medicine, could I maybe identify what caused it? If it's not just like the implements on the tool
Yeah, are you
on the
like
table.
sorta, are you stepping up to take a look at it?
Not very closely.
Then from your distance, it's hard to tell, because there's some terrifying looking implements around.
Fair enough.
Harriman's taking a breather from the room.
Yeah, if Aurora saw an orc being carved up, she would like to leave.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm asking for. Uh-oh.
Outside of what he otherwise initially sees, on the if he doesn't see anything,
Well, if you're
knowing that at
only
least two.
looking at it from that distance, the only thing you notice is that something is moving in the orc's chest.
Okay, fuck that.
Something under the skin.
Unless. What if that's Tarl hiding? Thinking like Star Wars style fucking.
Tarl, is that you, buddy?
It's tempting.
What do you want to do?
Did I close the door on? Did I close
Please
the
don't
door
close the door on
side?
us.
No.
I didn't know if I did.
The door is still
If
open.
you can still see us, you would know. The moment you close the door, we disappear.
See.
Alright.
What are you doing? You
Um,
backing out of there? You investigating?
I don't know what to do with this except for
Can I-
be like, "Ooh."
I don't think Oliver's bothered by it personally. Can he like stealthily look at it?
Sure. Sure.
I'll
if
move
you're-
closer.
If you're approaching, give me a
Um,
stealth check. This is going to be a
blind.
Yep.
Okay. Come on, Oliver. You're good at this.
All right. You step up, softly, quietly, very carefully. And what are you doing this close to it?
Investigating either medicine or even perception just to try and figure out what might be underneath the surface.
Sure. If you would like to go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Okay.
And
You
this
want-
can be public. Go ahead and roll it out in the open. 16. Okay. So not, and let's move you a little bit closer here. Let's be honest about positioning. You step up and you're looking at this guy. And, while not the greatest roll, you're able to determine two things. When the man sustained this gut wound, he was alive.
Well, rip.
Secondly, it looks like something ate its way in.
Okay, get the fuck away from that.
And it's as you're noticing this that the thrashing under the skin becomes more violent, maybe as you touch the corpse, inspecting the wound. And suddenly
Shield.
the chest bursts open,
No?
and a
Okay.
hideous creature with disproportionate limbs and a bloated head screams from the open wound it has created. Sickly green liquid pours off of its pallid flesh, and on its malformed head, in addition to a face that glares at you, you see another half-formed face on the side of its skull. The creature in
Good.
question looks like this.
Awesome.
Oh my god, I haven't seen these in years.
Yeah.
What? This is a what?
Well, good news.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
seeing one now.
Wish I didn't.
Is it good news for me?
No.
And actually,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
there we go.
Oh,
All right, it is time to roll for initiative.
I don't have my shield up, do I?
Yeah,
I'd
you
say you
said
could
shield
still
up.
be defending.
Oh, sweet.
And let us pull out the initiative tracker. Bam.
Oh my.
I don't want to go first. But I have to.
Double checking something. Where's keen ears? As long as you can hear, +2 circumstance to initiative. Okay, cool. Okay.
All right. Well, good news. Aurora is not going first because leading this combat is Oliver. So Oliver, this thing erupts out of this dead man, shrieking at you as it does so. As your turn begins, I would like you, my dear friend, to make a fortitude save.
Ah, frick. All right. Okay. Well, fortitude it is.
You
On
still
the
have a
left.
torch in
Kill it with
And
fire.
roll that.
Oh no,
I'm gonna go ahead and use.
a hero point.
No.
No. Rabbit's foot.
Lucky foot.
There you go. Okay. So I think you can still right click and re-roll
Just re-roll.
and keep the new result. Yep.
We can't roll worse.
Roll and keep new.
Okay.
That's much better.
That is a success. So this creature smells of these terrible sort of like embalming fluids. But you manage to resist that stench.
Ugh. We're gonna just immediately spend that first action to continue keeping that shield raised.
Okay.
How do I do that?
Yep, there you go. Drag effect, raise a shield onto yourself.
Oh, it's an effect. Okay.
Yep.
And skadoosh.
Alright, you bring up your buckler as you dragged it onto the pickled punk.
No, it's on me.
Okay, it looks like it's on the pickled punk.
And it's a shield, not a buckler.
Okay. Alright, so you draw your shield in front of you, putting it between you and this strange creature. As you do so, with your keen hearing, you see something, or notice something crawling under the table over here.
Well,
What would you like to do with your second action?
I think he'll just quickly, as a quick call out, just be like, problem, there's also something in the room. As he's, thudding the shield onto the table in front of him. Causing a lot of racket to make his allies outside very much notable. I will also enter Tiger Stance for my second action.
Okay. So that is another effect you can drag onto yourself,
I'm just going to have all the things.
as is tradition.
Yep. And then I will make a flurry of blows against the thing that decided to pop up in front of me looking deadly.
Excellent. Okay. Go ahead and make those strikes.
How do I... Aha! Got it. Oh, what the...
Okay, your first strike is a hit. Your paw lashes out, scoring claw marks against this strange creature. But the second one will miss. 8 points of slashing damage dealt to whatever this thing is.
Ugh.
This sort of papery flesh splits easily, but no blood flows. And with that, it is Aurora's turn. You hear Oster calling out from within as combat begins.
Okay. So Aurora definitely moves in as she heard it. Let's see. I could do what, 20 feet in one action?
I think your speed is 25 feet, so you should be able to move one step further.
Okay. Am I moving to the other side?
That is up to you.
Okay. Is this the table that's in front of me here?
Correct.
Okay. So I will move.
Oliver, that point that I marked will also just quickly call out. over in the corner is something as well.
Got it. This is as far as I'm going. But, and my intent is not to be on the table, but on the side of it.
Yeah. This little creature is on the table itself, and it is a tiny creature, so it's occupying like this entire square. So you can smack it if you so wish.
That's the intent. Is to smack it. I've been trying to put up my the little shield, like via character sheet. It's not quote unquote activating, if you will.
So
it's on my sheet.
We look at your actions. Is it usually under actions for you?
Yes.
Not.
It is indeed.
Should I add create?
As long as you have the actual physical equipment, it should show up as a raise a shield action.
Do you need to have it set as held one hand?
Probably.
Okay, I wasn't certain. So now if you look at your actions, for some reason the shield still isn't in there. But if you tell me you're raising a shield, I will believe you and we will figure it out between sessions.
So, my first action was to raise the shield.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I moved, I raised the shield, I am now striking with
Okay, make sure you're targeting the creature as you bring down the hammer on what appears to be a feral baby.
Which is wild.
Classic D&D monster. Feral
Classic.
baby.
Yep.
Facts, though.
It was so good, and then it was not.
Yep, that is going to miss. For some
You
reason,
count as flanking the feral baby with me?
it's not.
Can
It
I?
is not a flank. Yes, you can use a hero point if you would like. Oh, but first... first, I would like you to give me a fortitude save. As you stepped up to this thing, you were hit with this pungent odor just rolling off of it.
Valid. So fortitude. Does there need to be any privacy?
Nope.
Alright, rolling.
You are fine. You do not have an
Nice.
issue with this thing at all. But if you would like to spend a hero point, go ahead and right-click your melee strike
Right click
and use your hero point.
Come on, right click. It has not been liking my right clicks today. Oh boy.
If you're having an issue, I can right-click and roll it for you.
We're gonna have to.
Okay.
This laptop.
Reroll using a hero point. And at
Apparently, you
18...
private rerolled that.
Interesting. Well, that is a success. So go ahead. Oh, actually, I guess I have to roll damage for you.
I think you
As-
can reveal
Yes,
the rolls.
Ooh, probably. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
So you hit with an
Yay.
18 and delivered 10 points of damage to this little punk.
I like that.
But-
And that should be then my turn.
It clings to whatever unlife it has. Suddenly,
Hooray.
coming out from under the table, scuttles another one of these little things, charging straight for you as it unleashes a battle cry.
I'm no way.
Oh no.
And reveal.
What?
There he is. He's charged up to you. And in position, he is going to go for a fist strike.
Oh no.
Oops, there we go. It swings this tiny little clawed hand at you. At your ankles. And misses. That is 2 of its actions. It will make 1 more swing against you. Its fist swings out once more as it gets a natural 20.
Of course it would crit.
Rip.
Rip.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll critical damage. I'm not going to draw a crit card for this creature. It did not critically succeed. Alright, so it manages to run around and like slices at your Achilles tendon
Ouch.
for 10 points of damage. So, if you would go ahead and take that damage, this other creature will turn its attention upon Oliver.
Hello there.
Hello. And it will open its assault with a fist strike against you.
That's fair.
And miss. It will make another fist strike, just wailing and babbling as it does so. And this time it lands true. It hits you,
Rick.
dealing damage for 5 points of damage.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And as it does so, it will use its third action to attach. So this claw
There you
comes
go.
out at you, and it digs itself in, and you are grabbed.
Excuse me.
Yep, it latches onto you. It
Nope, don't like that.
looks up at you with these bleary, lopsided eyes, and
Says, Mama!
Oh,
Nope,
no.
even worse.
Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. I hope you still have fire. We need fire. We need so much fire.
now noticeably, you are not immobilized.
That. Fair enough.
And that is all 3 of their turns, which means we are back to Harry.
Hearing the ruckus going on in the room, he will make his way in, if the game will let him.
Try moving, yeah, piece by piece. There you go.
There we go. And he's gonna be like, "Ah, zombie babies! Oh my god!" And he will reach out mentally and grab like a tool or a shard of glass, something from one of the tables,
hmm
and fling it at this guy on the table because it's probably the one he can see.
Okay. So make sure you're targeting, and then go ahead and roll for whatever damage type you're using. There's plenty of stuff, all sorts of stuff around here. You could use anything.
I guess slashing.
Okay. So go ahead and make that attack.
Pair of scissors comes flying by.
Comes flying by and gives Oliver a haircut, missing the strange little monster. Which brings us to Silas's turn.
I guess we're going to. There's 2 of them. I don't like this. And
Burning
I
hands. It's the only way to be sure.
Burning hands. I don't have that. I do have a slew of spells that I could try out. But I like my handy dandy Ray of Frost, so that's what we'll do. This one crit on Aurora, so we're gonna try and help her out, I think.
Okay.
Make that attempt.
Unfortunately, your bolt of frost soars through the air and merely causes a coating of snow across the table back here.
Alright. I think Silas is gonna take the hint that he might just need to reposition and he'll step over here.
All
That'll
right,
be his turn.
Oliver. Round 2.
All right. We're gonna start by removing this. I'm gonna try and escape with acrobatics. I think that would be about the same. Yeah,
Okay,
tries to like wriggle away from it.
let's see it. A 13. You try to slip this
Pretty
thing,
low
but
roll.
it clings to you, just refusing to let go. And as you do, it sort of clamors, jabbers more excitedly.
Mama! Mama! Mama!
About to feel real violent as I punch it in the face. Yeah, flurry of blows for my second action.
Okay, so your first attack is going to be attack number 2.
Oh,
because
shoot.
Escape has
Crap,
the
huh?
attack trait.
God, that's dumb, but fair, but dumb. Alright, here we go.
Wow.
Nevertheless, even with that penalty, that first blow is a hit. And as your paw flashes out, just sort of shoving this thing off of you, you fling it back against its table, and its oversized skull cracks as it dies. For possibly the second time in its existence, if it was ever truly alive.
Ugh.
One action remains for Oliver. What would he like to use it to do?
Well, I'm gonna remove my grabbed condition. And I'm gonna raise the shield.
Okay.
Because I would love to try and strike out, but I don't think I would get very far.
Alright, that brings us around to Aurora.
All right. Is there any way to find out if these little teethy babies have are they undead? Is there a way to find this out?
Possibly.
How?
If you would like to attempt a religion check.
Let's religion check here. So that's our first action.
Alright, so first action, you're going to attempt to recall knowledge about these creatures.
Any knowledge whatsoever. Recalling the knowledge. Go.
19. So yes, you identify these as pickled punks, a diminutive type of undead, often created through alchemy. Now, with a
Awesome.
successful check, I can give you some information. You can ask for stuff like special abilities, weaknesses, anything of that sort.
All right. Definitely want to hear. Ooh.
Also, I do need another fortitude save, which I forgot about on this guy's turn.
Okay. Uh-oh. All right. Let's roll
Do you
that
want-
here.
Do you want me to make one retroactively as well?
You being sickened one would not have changed anything.
You want me to
And-
make it for future purposes?
Sure. And Aurora, you are fine.
Okay. And then what I had wanted to ask is, so is special abilities like what's resistance and immunities?
If you're looking for special abilities in specific, I would tell you stuff maybe about like its attach or its fumes. If you want to
Yeah.
know about its weaknesses, I would tell you like, oh, what damage works best against it.
Ooh, yes. The latter, please.
Okay, so 2 things. First off, it has a weakness to fire, but more than that, these things, because of their embalming fluid that they are soaked in, they are combustible.
Yay! And then, which is great. Is there a way with this knowledge I can use my flint to like strike it to start a fire at
Well,
the baby?
so you've used one action to recall knowledge. I would say it's going to be at least one action to draw your flint and steel,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be another action, and we'll just have it be sort of like it'll have to make a reflex save against your class DC.
If you'd like, I also have a torch.
Oh yes.
The monk, I can
Am I-
just like knee and kick and headbutt.
Am I able to reach for the torch? I
Sure.
thought I was too far.
Yeah, if you would like to
Okay.
reach for the torch, you can go ahead and do that. And I think
Okay.
real quick what we can do. Well, you know what? It is going to be. Let's see here. If we add a torch to your equipment, can we have you draw that torch?
Let's see.
So does it appear under
Action.
actions? It does not.
Does not.
All right, so you spend one action to take the torch from Oliver.
Oh yes, it added.
Yep. So if you would like to go ahead and strike with it, make sure you're targeting the baby. And go ahead and do so.
Yes. Target the baby.
You reach
I
out,
can't
grabbing
see the-
Oliver's torch as you recognize. You're like, "Fire! They need fire!" Something of that nature,
There-
and you seize it.
I do shout that out. Yes. Am I targeting?
It looks like it.
There we go. Now I am. Okay. And then let us roll. We are working through the roll. We are working through the roll.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so you will get a crit card.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll me a go ahead and roll critical damage.
And that is by clicking critical, correct?
Yes. Oh boy. That hurts.
That's without the fire.
Yep. So that's a additional 2 points of fire. And now, if you go to the rollable tables,
Yes.
you can go ahead and roll for your critical hit card.
Table. Da-da-da-da. See, playlist cards down. There it is.
Yep. Just go ahead and
Gonna
click
get
roll.
my critical- So you're gonna hit the
It should
at
be
the
in
rollable table.
Yep. So if you click critical hit table,
Critical.
hit critical hit deck,
Mhm.
at the bottom of the screen that opens, there should be a bar that says roll. Just click that.
Clicking that, it found one.
Yep, it drew you card number 29. And so if we look at that, if we click on that, Cave Skull, triple damage.
Oh my!
So you just bring this torch, you grab this torch from Oliver, maybe almost lifting him up with the force that you do so, and you bring this torch down with such fury on the enlarged head of this creature, you smash into it straight into the nougaty center.
Oh, nice.
The creature is immediately dead,
Yeah.
as it
Did you
takes
just do 21 damage to this thing?
something like that, yeah.
Happy birthday to me.
Wow. Yeah, that
You
is...
even get a pinata.
Yep. That is 18 points of damage from bludgeoning alone, not counting the 3 fire. This thing is DED dead. And with that,
Aurora wasn't playing around.
you guys might look around for a second, a little worried, but nothing else comes charging out at you. You find yourself in this awful scene, but not much worse for the wearer.
Yeah, Oliver steps away.
Yes. So does Aurora. Because she's like, this is just so gross. Stop targeting herself. And walks away. You.
I'd like a little bit
Um,
of information. Grotesque curiosity. Pickled punks are deformed, often humanoid fetuses, raised by necromancers and stored in jars of embalming fluid. Every pickled punk is different, and the level of deformity spans a spectrum between the mildly lopsided to the utterly unfathomable. Though they seem harmless at first, even laughable, pickled punks are hungry creatures that attack without provocation when freed from their jars.
Concerning.
That means there may be a necromancer afoot as well, which would make sense, given that we were attacked by a horde of zombies.
Yeah, that checks out.
I also let the team know before I raged hit that pickled punk teethy looking baby. It gave me 10 points of damage, so I'm half down. So I could either lay on hands, or if someone wants to share their healing love, would be great.
So I spent 10 minutes a long time ago trying to heal you, so I think we're actually fine on that. If we spend 10 minutes, I can attempt to heal you. We can see where that goes, because I'm also at 11 of 17.
Certainly. And also, don't forget, Thread, you can always spend a focus point, and then you just have to refocus to get your focus point back.
Yep, which I think will be the plan. It might be what I do, but I don't want to spend 10 minutes in here.
Certainly.
Well, if we want to heal, we might be spending 10 minutes regardless.
Can we spend 10 minutes on the other side of the door?
That's fine. I don't mind that. I don't want to do medicine in this room, I think, regardless.
There's
Even if
plenty of
they're
medical equipment.
plenty of useful tools, yeah. They're not exactly clean.
Oh, Thread. There you go.
All right.
Shut the door.
I was trying to get out. It won't let me out.
I can just move you guys out.
Well, Harriman was gonna do something before he stepped down.
Denied.
He's just gonna detect magic again on the area.
You
See if there's
reach out,
anything.
searching with the sense that you have discovered. Nothing pings for you.
Alrighty.
Aurora is going to.
So if you want,
Oh, I'm going to use mine.
I will heal myself then.
Why does it say I don't have a focus point?
Oh, make sure you click your focus point so that you have one. Because you might have forgotten to do so when you refocused earlier.
Okay. How does one? Is it just a plus here? Or.
So on your character sheet, if you're looking at spell casting, yep, so now you just need to hit cast. Because you have your focus point again. And then click on healing.
Yes.
And then click healing again.
Awesome.
And you
Perfect.
go ahead and just
We
click
learn.
that heal and recover 6 hit points.
Yay.
You guys are then going to spend... Yeah. You guys are going to spend 10 minutes, possibly as Oliver retreats himself and Aurora refocuses. What is Silas and Harry doing during this time?
Harry is gonna just keep an ear out, see if he hears any more commotion from that room or the sound of people walking on the floor ahead.
I'm not sure whose voice mod that was, but you don't hear anything.
I can say it wasn't me, I was muted.
Same.
That's weird. All right. So yeah, you listen out. You just sort of wait patiently, and you don't hear anything moving about or knocking around upstairs. Silas, is there anything you're looking to do during these 10 minutes?
I don't believe so. I think Silas is just going to Probably hang tight, probably take a seat on one of the crates nearby until everyone feels like they're good.
Okay. So, Oliver gets his 2d8 points of healing.
Yep. They're
during
not.
which-
Oh, it's down here.
Yep, there you go. Nicely done.
That's enough for me.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do? Where do you want to go from here?
Harry
Are
would
we
kind
able
of.
to try the identify spell again one more time? Or
Not
identify?
today. You'll have to
Okay,
wait
cool.
for tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Harry will unenthusiastically suggest that we could spend the night here at Tarl's house instead of trying to find camp somewhere else. It doesn't look like people are coming through here.
Is there a way to, like, not lock us in via the trapdoor, but make it so others can't find the trapdoor, but we could still get out? Like, are we staying on this level, or are we going back upstairs?
Harry is going to suggest staying in Tarl's actual house, not down here with the body.
Well, I love that even better. Yes.
All right. So, do you all retreat back upstairs?
Well, there was a separate room off to the side. Oliver is going to point out.
There was, yes. Seemed to
You
have.
want to look in there real
cages
fast
in
before
it.
we call this area quits.
That is up to. Yeah. Does anybody? Oliver brings forth a suggestion. Does anybody respond?
Part of me
Harriman's fine not going back in that room.
sick. This is like part of me's like, there may be more teethy babies.
So it looks like if Oliver wants to do it, it will be Oliver alone. Does he want to make that venture?
If he's going, I'll go with him.
The bunny boys.
So you
stick
don't even
together.
have to go far if you don't want, but Oliver at least wants to take a quick glance. We went through there and dealt with the nonsense as it is. We might as well at least try and look.
Certainly.
Alright. Aurora's on standby.
Is this like a padlocked thing right here?
It was, but it has been broken open. This is actually seems to be one of the few places. A lot of this place looks like it was went through, but there's less destruction down here than upstairs. This one, though, was bashed open, it appears.
Something came from the inside. Lovely.
No, something bashed its way in.
Oh, in. Oh, okay. Well, Oliver will take a look around, I suppose.
You step in, and you find
Shield.
this room filled with largely empty wooden cages. However, in the back here, you notice a figure lying in the cage.
What kind of figure?
A motionless one.
A humanoid dog? Like,
It is humanoid.
okay. Oliver will quietly point to the figure to Harry to kind of let them know.
He'll step in and try to see if he can see it.
Yeah, you can also see it back there. It is a humanoid with what appears to be rotted flesh.
If it's inside a cage, so it's small.
No. It is a medium creature
Oh,
in the cage.
Is the cage closed?
Yes.
Does it look like it'll stay closed?
Yeah. The other cages
Okay.
appear to have been broken open.
What?
That's
I'm gonna, as Oliver goes forward, I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder to stop him, and then I will conjure up a small little like white glove and have it go poke the thing with a mage hand.
You poke the thing, and the body jostles, and otherwise does not move.
Okay, I think it's fine.
Do I anything else in this room at all otherwise?
Give me a perception check.
Blind?
Yes.
that
Uh,
because Aurora's not.
in between one of the cages, you find a small vial filled with some sort of liquid.
I'll grab it and I'll just, turn it over my hand for a second and just kind of hand it to the one who probably would know more what to do with it than I would.
Okay. You pass it to Harry, and then you step forward to investigate this body. And it appears to be the corpse of a human. This person has several metal, what appear to be pieces attached to them, like piercing into and through their skin, possibly through their bone. You see a canister that is empty is outfitted into its chest, and there is frothing green foam around its mouth.
Hate that.
Yep. But yeah,
All
that's all
right,
you
and
see.
Oliver backs away.
Harry will
Shield
give
forward facing
Kyle
it.
the sniff test to see if he can identify it.
All right, go ahead and give me a
Sniff test.
crafting check. Okay, this one you are able to identify. Let me see. Yep, there it is. And how do I show this to you guys? You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add it to your inventory.
Okay.
Did that work?
It
It did.
in
If you look under
consumables? Yes.
consumables, you have found a lesser sanguine mutagen. So, for other people, what that does, after drinking it for 1 minute, it greatly increases blood production, filtering out contagions and boosting your endurance, but causing your body to bloat with blood. You gain a +1 item bonus to fortitude and reflex saves, and this bonus improves to +2 when you attempt a save against an effect that has the disease trait, poison trait, or would give you the fatigued condition. However, while you're under the effects, whenever you take piercing or splashing damage, you take 1d6 bleed. Persistent.
I'm like, yeah, this is something more like what Tarl normally does. I guess he started working with new management, but he also doesn't
Concerning.
seem to be here.
I do wonder.
So you guys leave the room, and unless there's anything else you would like to do in here, you guys retreat up above, leaving the shop for his house. Secured in this home, the four of you probably begin getting ready to rest. You find that there's still some food in Tarl's house, some Some of it's gone bad, some of it has been eaten by vermin. But there's enough to get you guys a meal, at least for the night.
Okay.
And you guys have a few hours. And actually, it is only about 2 o'clock, 2 in the afternoon, as you're sort of rooting through his house. Do you intend to stay here overnight? Or do you want to take 2 hours, go back to the way station,
Harryman,
and get yourself
It
closer
still-
closer on the way back to Weskerville?
Harryman still suggests to stay here, since we know these zombie people stop at that way station, so we don't want to stay there.
Okay.
We could still look around, see if we find anything in either the shack or the rest of the house or anything else around this area
Certainly,
before
yeah.
we call the day.
Yeah, if you spend your time investigating, it doesn't look like there's anything worthwhile left in here. Like I said, there's some food. You guys can probably scrounge up, not counting making food for dinner, you can probably scrounge up a total of 5 rations.
Let's say, if I also have Forager, could I help with that?
This isn't specifically hunting. This is just reclaiming food that was left here. If you would like to go out and hunt and forage, you could do that instead, and you guys would get another 4 rations that you saved from his food instead of eating it tonight.
Okay. Nah, I think we should be fine.
Okay. But tonight, you guys searched this place, the shack. It looks like he was drying some stuff in there, but nothing of valuable, nothing that you could use. And the house itself, while it doesn't appear ransacked, is very modest. It seems like much of whatever funds he had went into his shop here, and possibly his research down below. But slowly, night advances upon you guys as it grows darker. And as it does, was there anything you guys are doing? Are you guys holding any discussions? Talking amongst yourselves? What conversations pass between the 4 of you who barely know each other?
I was curious if they shared what they found in the room.
Oh, the mecha zombie?
Oh,
In
yeah,
the-
that thing.
Harryman would have
Yeah.
tried to not think more about it.
Oh, okay. Good. Cool. And then Aurora just was like, well, I'm glad I'm not alone. And such horrific straits going on. Usually it's my brother and me and any mischief I get into. So it's nice. There's others.
Yes. I do not believe I would still be here if I was having to make this journey on my own. So while we may be in a very undesirable state, at least we have each other.
And Aurora says, Harriet, your instincts, wow, you have really honed them. They're super helpful.
Yeah, I appreciate the compliment, but my instincts are not what they used to be.
Well, we've gotten at least to where we are now, and it could definitely be worse.
Saved by the foot, right, Oliver? Ah.
Sorry.
And with that, I assume you guys set up a watch order and bed down for the evening. The rain continues throughout the night as you all take turns watching the darkness, waiting for some figure to come lumbering through it. And with that, we will end today's session.
Alrighty.
Thank you everybody for coming to hang out, both my players, both my viewers, who are either here or watching this on YouTube. We will pick this up in what should be 2 weeks, barring any issues. Until then, I wish you all the best, and be good. Bye.
Night,
Ciao for
stream.
now.